I've said it 1,000 times. People make purchase decisions based on their emotions.
Oh, the smell of new Italian leather shoes.
Italian leather shoes, that's the best.
But what do you do when you have a customer with a negative emotion? Today we're going to talk about one of the most underappreciated sales basics, dealing with difficult customers. All right, look, we all know that buyers are emotional, but sometimes those emotions can be negative, which turns them into the dreaded problem buyer. Now, how do I define a problem buyer? Well, a buyer who allows their negative emotions to guide their decision in whether or not to buy from you.
Houston, we have a problem.
Have you ever had a problem buyer? Of course you have. Feel free to tell me in the comments below about a problem buyer, but more specifically, what you did to turn that situation around. And hey, as long as you're commenting, you might as well hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you. Now, how do you deal with problem buyers? Well, it starts with what I call the Unilateral Empathy Decision. Now, that might sound fancy, but you, expert salesperson, must make the decision up front, unilaterally, towards empathy, regardless of how difficult or frustrating your customer is being. I know, some people make this very challenging to do. Do it anyway. Well, what I'd like to do is share with you 3 fairly unconventional strategies to help you to deal with some of those problem buyers. The first strategy is this: get them to talk more, not less. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive. Our natural tendency is to get the problem customer to talk less because we're uncomfortable in the situation or we want to avoid the emotional input altogether. But it's actually the opposite of what you should do. You see, when we get our buyers to talk more, to keep talking, it actually helps them over time to move from their emotional brain over to their logical brain. The buyer in time runs out of emotional steam as they talk more. Eventually, they have to move into the land of the logic. So that's the first tip. Now, here's the second tip. This is an interesting little hack. Number the issues. As you're getting them to talk more, get them to talk while you write down their issues and then repeat those back to them numerically. Now, what this does is this helps the problem buyer to get their logical brain engaged because we number things out of the logical side of our brain. So I can say to a customer, okay, so there are 3 primary issues you're dealing with, right? Let's go over those.
It's a lot more than 82 toothpicks, right?
But 246 total.
Change.
When you list the issues numerically, you get the customer thinking less emotionally. And my third tip is to make them a new proposal. We can't just say, too bad, so sad. You want to provide some sort of solution. And if there's only one solution, you have to tell them up front. You got to say to that customer, I'm going to make this suggestion here, and it's the only proposal that I have. That way, they don't dismiss it out of hand. They're less likely to reject if they know there is no other offer or solution. Now, after that, you want to transition to something that's either positive or technical. Either way, you want to get them out of the emotional side of their brain, especially the negative emotion, so they can make a decision and move forward. You can turn that problem buyer around. In fact, you must. It's part of being a sales professional. Hey, thanks for watching today's 5-minute sales training. Hey, listen, if you haven't heard about the new app, Sales 365, join the community at sales365.io. We're turning top 10% salespeople into top 1% salespeople, and we want you to come along. Until next time, my friends, learn more, turn more.